Hello, and welcome to another edition of Coffee Talk with immigration attorney Brian D. Lerner. So what's the subject for this week? Well, I've gotten lots of questions and emails similar to the following, so I thought I'd make a video to describe and explain why this can't be done. For example, the most recent one says he applied for a B2 extension, and then while the extension was pending, he then decided to apply for a change of status from B2 to E2, which is a business-related visa. So, a couple things. First of all, while there are times you can file different things at the same time, a change of status is not one of them. You cannot file, for example, an extension of status of a B2 visitor visa, and then while it's still pending, apply for a change of status to E2. And why is that? I mean, think about it. If immigration has a change of status application in front of them, or an extension of a B2, and then they're deciding on it, but then a week later they get a change of status to E2. It just doesn't make sense. You cannot extend a B2 visitor status and at the same time change the B2 visitor status to E2. It doesn't work. It's impossible. So what this guy has done, unfortunately, is essentially voided the E2 application. They won't consider it because of the pending B2 extension. So what has to be done is you have to await the answer of the first application, and then you apply for the extension or the change of status. So for example, if the B2 extension was approved and you're still in status, because sometimes honestly it's approved and by the time you get the approval notice it's already expired, but if the B2 extension was approved and you're in status, you can turn right back around and then file for the change of status to E2. Okay, you can't do it the other way simultaneously. For the same token, let's say you're on a student visa, F1, and you want to change to H1B, but you also want to go visit, your grandma. You can't file, for example, a change of status from F1 to H1B, and then while that's still pending, do an F1 to B2. Okay, it doesn't work. Now, what confuses some people is that there are things you can file at the same time. For example, let's say you have an employer that will petition you, but you also have a sister who's a U.S. citizen that can petition you. Those can be done at the same time because they're not inherently conflicting with each other. You can have an employment petition go forward. At the same time, you have a family petition go forward. And basically the way it works is it's like a racetrack with horses. The first one around the finish line wins. So you look at the priority date, the processing, the approvals, and so forth, and you can do that. Don't confuse that with change and extension of status that cannot be filed at the same time. Also keep in mind that with a change of status or an extension, any non-immigrant application that's sent to USCIS, there's an automatic 120-day extension of your status. So theoretically, what the first example I gave you, what he should have done is not file the B2 extension in the first place. He should have filed the E2 change of status prior to the expiration of his original B2. He would have gotten a 120-day extension of the B2 while they were adjudicating the E2, and then if approved, then his B2 would have been changed to E2. Okay? I know I've used a lot of initials and numbers today and so forth. Hopefully it made sense. If you like if you like the video, click like, subscribe, and more on the coming videos. Thank you.